Hello there everyone, welcome to another great video game ideas not used video, GVGIU for short. As always, I'm Andre and it is a pleasure to share my thoughts with you. I've heard Gamersgate float around for like the last week and a half. I've kind of wasn't really sure of what it was about, and for some reason I was thinking of Gamersgate like the website that sells games. But Gamergate is something completely different. It's a movement by people wanting to pretty much expose the hypocrisy and foul play within video game journalism. And I just put the hashtag into Twitter, and I'm somehow emotionally moved by this. And this is weird for me because this isn't something that generally happens. I mean, I've had people die in my life and I haven't felt tears well up. But then again, I also felt like I was confused as hell as to why that didn't happen. I'm not saying I didn't care about those people, but I'm just saying it just didn't emotionally hit me. And I don't know why, but hey, we'll figure that out. That's a psych. I'll probably have to talk to Zen. He's in the psychiatry and stuff. He could probably help me with that. But wow, man. Just looking at some of the tweets, it's like people in general that have said anything about Gamers Gate have been basically treated like trash, and it shows. Like, I'm not seeing, honestly, I'm seeing a lot of people. I see a lot of people who make assumptions about Gamersgate being against equality and women being able to have equal footing in gaming. But at the same time, those people aren't looking at the opposite side of the spectrum, is what I'm seeing. And oddly enough, I'm seeing a lot of women, as I'm going through these Twitter posts, I'm seeing a lot of women put up the hashtag Gamergate as an opposition to that. So obviously it's not a thing about equality. It's not about taking down women or blocking women out of the gaming industry. I think people are just looking at from the sensationalist viewpoint and are just going with the first thing that pops into their head rather than wanting to dig into it and find out why so many people are upset and why so many people are using this. Ugh. I'm just baffled. It's like how many people want to be hateful? How many people want to be hateful, just outright hateful, without any reason to be hateful? How many people want to be negative and it's just I usually can come up with something to describe what I have internally just started to feel here, and this doesn't make sense. Looking at this, a lot of people, I mean, you dislike Gamersgate or not, I'm looking at the whole picture that I'm seeing here, and a lot of people are being told that because they don't agree with the opinion that gaming journalism should be pure and they should talk about things within gaming that actually matter to the platform, that they're misogynist, that they hate women, that they're balding fat white men. I don't think I looked that part. And that if like anybody mentions a significant other that they're falsely created, and are a product of 4chan. I'm man. I mean, there are obviously going to be some people who jump out there and put up Gamersgate and say screwed up things just to get a rise out of people, and they're not understanding the reasoning. They're not using it for what it's really supposed to be about. But then there are those who are against it that are basically taking those few people and are basing their judgments off of them and not the whole. And I just feel like it's completely wrong. Oh, like people, whoever's supporting Gamersgate is basically being accused of harassing Anita Sarkeesian, which I have a video where I talk about her, which will be going up today after this video. I think there also been people being accused of the whole doxing of Phil Fish. I don't know if that's true or not. I honestly have no proof as to whether or not it's true, but there are apparently sources that claim that they can prove that it is untrue that Gamergate was responsible for it. Why is it that so many people are so wrapped up in fighting over an entertainment medium? I understand the people who are upset about forced changes in the gaming industry, not natural changes to it, because things being forced to change generally makes it an unfriendly environment for anyone. But I'm wow. And people are just saying that they're brushing off the whole corruption in gaming journalism. There's corruption in journalism, period. Not just in gaming journalism. It's just an unfortunate side effect that it drizzled down into an entertainment medium that people use to escape the bullcrap of the real world that they don't want to deal with. Ah, man, this is just horrible. This is... I don't even know what to equate this to. I mean, I don't like people rationalizing being called... rationalizing Gamersgate being called... their opinions being ignored is being the same as minorities and lesbian, gay, bi, and transgendered problems. Because they are a separate group of problems. I understand the similarities, but I guess that's more my personal thing. They're separate problems, but there are some similarities in how people are treating the whole thing. That I understand. But it shouldn't just be blatantly just thrown out. I guess that's more or less the thing, because there's still other things that those two situations have that aren't common to this one. But it's also very, very narrow-minded of the people that are opposed to Gamersgate. Gamersgate is different from Gamergate. That are opposed to Gamergate. They're basically saying that everybody that supports Gamergate is a white male, probably. I'm not even going to say that they're assuming this age, but they're probably guessing the age range to be somewhere between the ages of 24 to 32. They're balding and fat, possibly lazy. There's not everybody who's big is lazy. Some people are just like that through genetics and they can't change it. But it's too big of a scope of generalization, I feel. And this whole Gamergate thing and dealing with the whole conspiracy stuff that led up to Gamergate, this is a separation of the industry. Sorry, my video got interrupted quickly. But this whole Gamergate thing with the lead up from the Quinspiracy information leak and coming up to this point of Gamergate, this is the separation of the industry. The loyal gamers, the fans of gaming, are pulling themselves to one side. Male, female, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, transgendered, whatever. These people are pulling to this side because they want the truth out. They want the truth. And I'm not talking about the trolls that are just using the hashtag and saying the most detrimental things that they can think to say to someone and point at people. The people, as I am reading these tweets, the general feel that I'm getting this, the general feel I'm getting from this, is that this group of people, this group A, Gamergate, wants truth and correct information out to light, and they want to see credibility and integrity come back to the industry. Now, as the other group B, anti-Gamergate, I can't really give them a name because it's not necessarily one faction of different peoples. It's just like a big mesh of different groups. The anti-Gamergate thinks that Gamergate is misogynistic and doesn't want women involved in gaming, and generally has a negative attitude toward Gamergate disagreeing with third group, journalist. See, group C, which is journalists. Group B and C are working pretty much together for the most part, with there being loose tie-ins with people that aren't really paying attention to what group C is doing. They're just against what group A is saying. And the reason for this big mix-up is more or less because gaming is a super mainstream thing now. Before it was mainstream, yeah, there was bullcrap in the industry. There's no way there wasn't. But you saw a lot less of it when it wasn't mainstream. Before it became mainstream, we could generally kind of trust the information that we got, except for certain sources. And at that point, we kind of knew it was bullcrap. But it wasn't as big. It wasn't as prevalent. And there's also a few people working within Group B that are allegedly connected to people working within Group C that have ties to each other, that positively promote each other for their own personal gain, rather than just doing what they're supposed to do from said position. So Group B kind of encompasses also developers and things, maybe people who are just analytical, just looking at the gaming industry as a whole, who have not actually partaken in it, I could say. And this is sad. It's horribly sad. I want to put words to... I mean, I'm just going with my own general understanding. I could be somewhat off. I know I'm not horribly off, because looking at what I am seeing, I mean, there's rumors out there that the Zoe Quinspiracy has actually doxed a group that was actually trying to help female game designers. Let's say, hey, you give us your ideas and we'll go through them. The best ones, we'll make the games. I've heard that. I don't know if that's true or not. I can't say it's true. I haven't dug up the proof. I mean, I've kind of looked into a few things, and I saw Gamergate floating around while I was looking into things, and I didn't really pay much attention to it personally. And oddly enough, I almost want to say Gamergate in a way reflects my personal view of the gaming industry as a whole. Not the complete Gamergate, because obviously, like I said, there are those who are amongst the group that are trolls. There are literally people out there who will say negative things and put a hashtag for something just to demean that cause. They could be from the opposition, or they could just literally be people who feel like they don't have anything better to do with themselves, and they see an opportunity to make other people as miserable as them. I just really, I'm dumbfounded right now. This isn't the gaming industry that I grew up with. This isn't the gaming industry that I've loved. This isn't the gaming industry that I've appreciated. This is a political mess. I mean, there's always been politics in gaming. Don't let anybody tell you that there never was. There's always been politics in the gaming industry. But it was far more clean than this. This is a mass of hatred and anger, and more hatred and anger colliding. But the bad thing is, there are people in both groups, both sides. Again, my video got interrupted. But like I said, there are people in both groups, both sides of this, that are generally missing the whole picture. I mean, I am even missing the whole picture. I'm trying to get a bigger scope of things and trying to figure out where that middle ground is, where we can separate the bull crap, which is what people are thinking, rather than trying to find out and expose that with facts and hard truth. See, I know that not everybody on either side actually literally physically hates everyone else. But I do know that there is a massive misunderstanding where we're finding people of celebrity status are saying things but not understanding where the other people who they're saying these things about are coming from. Which is honestly horrible that this happened following the death of one of the greatest people in the freaking the entertainment industry, who loved his work and loved gaming, which are both part of the entertainment industry. Both are facets of it. And for some reason, it's like he was the glue that held everything together, and once he was gone, it all just burst to crap. Because people don't want to take the time to sit and listen and understand. And I think, honestly, if Mr. Robin Williams, the legendary man that had passed, was able to say something about this, he would want to know why it is that nobody's willing to talk. Nobody's willing to understand the opposite opinion, the opposite viewpoint. Now, granted, I can only come from one viewpoint, but I do want to know why it is that people that are against Gamergate, not even necessarily because they think Gamergate is wrong, but probably because they're misunderstanding what Gamergate is about. Why is it that you will not politely converse? And I'm not saying this is everyone, but I'm just talking about as a whole group, as a whole. Why is it that these people will not find the time to try to find the middle ground? Why is it that we have to fling insults back and forth like monkeys at a zoo throwing shit? Why? Are we now incapable of speaking to people with, you know, an impartial and polite tone? Or are we just people that don't give a damn anymore about other people in general? Are we all just selfish brats? And what I'm seeing is disturbing me. Is more than just a person who is a gamer. Is I don't know. But to me, this looks like power, money, and corruption have taken over. And those who don't understand that power, money, and corruption have taken over are siding with power, money, and corruption rather than getting to understand the gripes of those who are in the position that understand that power, money, and corruption has taken over, have the knowledge and information to show this, and they're coming to a head, while those with the power, the money, and are corrupt are reaping the benefits. They don't have to fight the fight themselves. They don't have to prove that they are not wrong in what they're doing, because they're being defended by people that don't understand that what they're doing is wrong, simply because they're looking at the medium itself rather than what's going on within it. Sounds a lot like politics to me. Sounds a lot like politics to me. And it's a damn shame. It's really a damn shame. I mean, I'm looking at this. I'm seeing male and female gamers alike that support Gamergate. So if you're of the opposition and feel like Gamergate is full of misogynists and white balding men, maybe you might want to take some time and do what I'm doing. Just scroll through. Just look at the comments. Look at the various posts that have been put up. Look at the different things that are happening around and within the industry. Try to find out what it is that so many people are upset and agitated about before dismissing them. I think that probably is the biggest thing that needs to be done. And those who are angry and upset, because I have to address you as well, or else this wouldn't be fair, because I would be telling one side to bow down to the other, and that's not what I'm doing here. For those that are angry and upset, and I know it's not everyone, but calm your emotions, bring them down, because I too can see your frustration, and I can understand why you're angry. I can feel it, because I'm in the same boat as you. But we all have to have the wisdom to know that the people that might oppose us might just not understand our viewpoint necessarily. And yes, there are going to be those who don't at all want to hear what we have to say. But if we allow that to be our mindset, that there's no one that will listen, there's no one that will understand why we're upset, why we are agitated, why there is an uproar, then you're just as bad as the people who you claim to be against. Not personal, but just saying as a whole. You gotta look at it that way. There's still information that is missing. And I wish I had the information so I could put together all of the pieces of the puzzle and figure everything out. I've been checking out different videos and different things and trying to get a better understanding as to why people are getting passes on things that they probably shouldn't get. And it's something that's going to take a lot more work. But I cannot just jump out ranting and raving. I just, to the people that are actually trying to spread positive information and show what's going on, thank you, people, because you've made it easier for me to actually find this information, which I'm like working pretty hard to like read into. So thank you so much for that, because I do want to put that out there. I'm just, this is not what I wanted to see for the gaming industry. It's like, I don't want to equate it to this, but it's like a gaming civil war. I really don't want to equate it to this, but to that, because Civil War was profoundly more intense than this is. It's profoundly far more serious than this. But this is more serious on a level of people's integrity, and it's saddening. I don't think people should be hating each other just over a difference of. Okay, the last issue was actually my fault. I kind of caused a problem with my camera. But as I was saying, I don't think people should really be hating each other over a difference of opinion. We've seen where that leads in many different forms of life and times of life, I should say. So, I don't know. I don't know. People don't really want. It's as if people don't want to open themselves up to understanding or hearing or knowing anything about people that disagree with them. And people are going to, I think it's not a wise idea for anybody to go to any developers at this point and ask them anything about Gamergate just to be on the safe side, because you might get yourself blocked from them. I'm just giving that warning because I do see it has happened. This is one of those things where you find something that you care about just being totally ruined, and you feel as if there's nothing you can really do about it. Because no matter what the outcome is after this whole thing goes under, after this whole thing goes down, everything reaches its final culmination and comes to a head, the gaming industry as a whole is not going to be the same no matter what. So for people that think that there's an opportunity for it to go back to how it used to be, you're lying to yourselves. And I hate to put it that way, but you really need to face that fact. Only other thing I'm going to say. And I don't even know if I should say this or not, but if anybody out there has any information that they think I might not have come across, because chances are I probably didn't. I'm still pretty recent to all of this. But if anybody's come across any information I might not have, could you please kindly link it to me in the comments, and I'll start doing some reading. I mean, I'm still looking through some stuff, so I might come across some things, but I would really love if people want to, you know, just put up anything that they can that might help. I don't want to be sent to boards where there are people just festering in hate, because that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is information. If there's information that proves the wrongdoings, which I'm pretty sure there's some out there, and it's been put up on Internet Aristocrats videos, I think Monday Matt, this something fat otaku. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. I only recently just checked the video. There are a number of different videos that are popping up on YouTube that are kind of just outing information, and then there are a number of different articles and different like Tumblr and Twitter postings and things like this that have information that is critical to me getting a better understanding of this. So please, if you do find something, I would really like to see that information. I would like it to be sent in put down in the comments, so that way I can look it over. If it's something I've already seen, and I'll just skip on and move on to the next thing. But if it's something I haven't, or it offers a different viewpoint that kind of talks about what's going on but doesn't necessarily pick a side, I would really like to see that. I would really like to see that. It would be helpful. Gosh, man. And the thing, man. I'm still about spreading positivity in the gaming industry, and spreading a love of gaming for everyone, and making things better for people as a whole for gaming. I just wonder how much more difficult it's going to be now. I think I'm finally done with everything I've had to say. I've expressed as much of my opinion as I can express without gathering further information. I don't know. I've had a passion for gaming, and this is like making me feel like that passion was wasted. Let's have people saying asinine things back and forth to each other out of anger, out of blatant ignorance, where they could easily learn something. Everything should be a learning opportunity. You should never treat anything as if it isn't. I'm done. I really am done. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I don't know what to say. It's sad. And I should have stopped recording, and I'm still recording. I'm sorry, people. I'm done. I'm done. I'm over this right now. I just want to get more information and find out what's going on to the best of my deductive ability will allow. My analytical ability will allow, I should say. But I really am done. Thank you for listening. Probably, look, if you're new to my channel, please don't subscribe just because of this video. If you feel like you like what I have to say, check out my other stuff first before you subscribe to my channel, because this definitely is not the video that you would want to say, okay, this guy is level-headed, he has an open opinion, he's pretty decent, I want to subscribe to him. This should not be the video for that. No, this should definitely not be the video for that. Not in any case. Because I don't want to gain any sort of success, based on the problems that other people cause. And well, I will say I have my gripes that I openly express with the industry. This is on a whole nother level that I don't think that it's appropriate for anybody to subscribe to my channel based on this video. Please don't. And if you have, unsubscribe and check out something else on my channel first to make sure you actually like me, because I'm far different than this video. That's the last thing I got to say. Thank you very much. Peace out.